Okay, is this better? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I can't even see my face. For whoever does YouTube for a full-time gig, this is a lot. It's really annoying. There's bugs everywhere. Okay, hold on. Here our porch, it's super dark, so I'm gonna try and move the camera so that it's a little bit brighter. Oh my goodness. So this is so much better light. I can actually see what I'm doing for the most part. And boy, I'm already too hot. It just took me so long just to get here. So anyways, my review of Mounjaro started in December of last year, which sounds weird, but it was 7 months ago. So December, early December, my doctor stopped me using phentermine, which is medication for weight loss, reduces appetite and all that. He said, since I wasn't really losing weight on it, the risks outweigh the benefit, stopped me on that. And I did say, well, there's other people at my office where I was working having success on Ozempic and Mounjaro. Would I be able to try one of those? And he agreed. And I said, I don't even know if I'll be able to afford it or if my insurance will cover it or what. I had heard that it was super expensive, and it is. Luckily, the job that I did have through a hospital, there was no prior auth needed, and it was a $10 copay for a month's supply. So I'm sorry if that makes people mad. I'm so hot still. I'm sorry if that makes you mad. It wasn't my doing. That's just what they allowed me to have through the hospital. I went on a Mounjaro, and he started me at the lowest dose, which you're supposed to do. It's the 0.5, and it's an injection once a week. It was just 1 month on the 0.5, and then after the first month, he put me on 2.5, I think milligrams of the injection. And then after 2 months of the 2.5, he bumped me up just recently to 7.5. Every time I got to a higher dose, it was rough. I had more side effects, harder side effects, which it was just more increased. And if all of the side effects that were like general side effects, I had vomiting, diarrhea, decreased appetite, which was good, heartburn, bloating, belching, constipation, fatigue, hypoglycemia. I'm pretty sure I had hypoglycemia. Not that I was testing my blood sugars. Felt bad. So anyways, and then there was injection site reaction. So after the injection, you could either have a bruise or maybe, it gets irritated and itchy. Only one time I think I bruised myself, but it wasn't that bad. So the worst of it was nausea and vomiting, wanting to vomit all the time. And because of that, I just had it. I had taken too many days off work. It was getting embarrassing. It was affecting my job. And so I had to ask for an anti-nausea medication, which that was a lifesaver. I just grabbed it. The generic form of Zofran, I think it is. It's Ondensetron. I can't say it right, but Ondensetron. You guys probably already know. If you've heard of it, you probably are able to pronounce it better than me. 4 milligram. It's just a small little tablet that you put under your tongue, and it dissolves, and it stops you from wanting to throw up. So it's great. And I got nauseous sitting there at work for no reason, or I know that if I had not eaten much at all that day, and it was already 5 o'clock, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to eat, and then I would start getting really nauseous. So that, and then reminding myself to kind of eat, because at times I did not want to eat, but I had just whatever was for dinner, a little bit of it. And other days I woke up plenty normal, I'm hungry, I'm ready. For some reason things got worse towards the late night and early morning. You just wake up feeling so bad, and you're feeling like you just had a Thanksgiving dinner, but you didn't. You barely ate, and I think your food doesn't digest fast. I think the medication must keep. I probably should do more research, but this was just my review and how it felt. So Personally, it felt like your food wasn't digesting, and it was um, just hanging out in there longer than it needed to be.
I know my truth. Excuse me? I know my truth. Did you say I know my truth?
Okay, but on the plus side, you just immediately after your injection, your appetite decreases. Later that day, you don't feel like having you don't have the cravings you would once have. At least in my experience, I didn't have my normal sugar cravings, my craving for ice cream. I'm a little addicted to that. Um, and cookies. I was just like, whatever, you know. And I was also in the right mind frame where I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show my doctor that I can do this. Phentermine, I screwed up on, and I just, I had one time.
Oh, and this one time at band camp?
Where I had such bad throwing up. It was just like projectile. And that was in the morning before work. I couldn't go to work. Only have 1 month left. I don't work at the hospital that I was working at. I would say, like, if you're gonna go on to it, and just know ahead of time that you could possibly have all of these side effects, and just be ready for them. And if you're gung-ho on doing this and you don't care about waking up wanting to throw up, maybe you're used to that, I don't know. Just have the anti-nausea medication ready to go. Have a ton of Tums or acid medication that works for you, and be at the ready. So I'm going to go show you what it looks like in case you're not familiar with what it looks like and how you inject yourself. I got it out of the fridge. You have to keep it in the refrigerator. The name brand stuff. So I don't know what other people get, but mine looks like that, and I'm sure it's showing up backwards. Comes in with a bunch of little directions, which I don't need to read. I read it the first time, some of it. And then you get your 4 pins to inject. I had never injected myself with anything ever before. This was kind of scary for me. So the first injection, I had my fiance help me with. He did not do so good. I don't know if you can see, but anyways, I'm not going to pull it out because it's not the time for me to do this right now. So you pull this off, which then, you know, gives you the space. This is where the needle is. And you're supposed to, now not on your arm, I'm just giving you this demonstration. So you're supposed to take the needle side and gently, you know, lay it on the skin. And then, you know, you're supposed to unlock it. So there's a little lock there, and you unlock, turn to unlock. And there's a button here that you push. And you just, once it's down, it's down. You don't have to keep holding it close enough, and then push the button. And then you wait, because the injection takes, like, I don't know, 5 seconds. Feels a little longer because you know what you're doing, and you're waiting to get it out of you. It kind of hurts. I mean, it doesn't feel like anything on my stomach because I've got plenty there for cushioning. So you can either do, they say it in the box, they give you all kinds of directions. So if you wanted to go by that, feel free. But what I've learned is that the arm right here is one option, or like in the fat part of your arm. Your leg, I don't know if you can see that little design right there. So that's the stomach. So they say that your stomach is okay. The front part of your thigh, which I was weirded out by, so I kind of moved it more towards maybe the side where there was more fat. It just felt weird doing it. There's the picture with the back of the arms. So that's the spots that they suggest. And they also suggested to, every time you inject yourself, have it another spot on your body. Not exactly sure what the reason was. I think maybe it was just for like potency. I don't know, but I was trying to do that. First time I had it done on my arm by my fiance, and instead of putting it flush to your arm and you know, just lightly, he decided to push like like down into the fat, like that. And it was really painful because you're not supposed to put it that deep. It's supposed to go under your skin. I don't think it's like an intermuscular injection. That first one hurt, and I did not like it. And he was like, oh, yeah, you're being the baby, whatever. But like, no, you're not. And I explained to him what he was supposed to do because I learned later on how to do it better. Anywho, I better go put these back in the fridge. Okay, as far as how much weight I lost, 7 months, full 7 months, I've lost 25 pounds. I mean, that's great. That's good. I mean, I'm very happy for that.
Are you sure about that?
I am. But you know, I know it could have been better. And the reason why is just because I didn't work out, and I should have. I wish I did. So that was one of the things I wish I had done at least twice a week. Just try to do something, either some kind of movement, because my job was so sedentary as a receptionist. You just sit there. And because of the inactivity in my life and gaining weight, I physically hurt so bad. And for no reason. Just, I guess. I mean, I've had an MRI done, an x-ray done. I've gone to physical therapy a couple times. And there's no like major reason other than some like slight bulge of disc. And it's not that bad. The doctor said, you know, with this degree of disc bulging, you shouldn't be in this much pain or limping like you are. So I think I'm just like I've done some kind of torn ligament, torn muscle, but my hips, just lifting my leg up to go on a stair hurts. Lifting my leg up to put my pants on for the day really hurts. I don't know what I've done.
Everything hurts, and I'm dying.
Started working out after my 3-month appointment. As far as like a follow-up goes with my doctor, I had lost 16 pounds in 3 months, which I was so grateful for. I wasn't watching the scale at all because I didn't know how much I weighed in the beginning. I knew that was just gonna worry me more and just freak me out. I knew it was bad. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to know. That's all right. I'll find out after the 3 months and we'll go from there. I said, you know, it is great, but had you been working out, it would probably have been a lot more. And I agreed. I decided to do like some kind of, you know, workout plan, or at least try to work out. And I found some really good shows or videos on YouTube that's for free. Just had to look up what the exact name is, and I'm going to try to either put up a picture here or a link down below depending on my skill level and when I'm doing the editing. It's called Body Project and it's on YouTube, and there's so many different levels, and there's like super beginner level, and even during the video there's like one gal doing something harder core and the other girl is doing like the low-key, low-impact one. Guy is like from Australia or something, so he's got a cool accent and he's really motivating. He's nice. He takes breaks, like acting like he needs a break, but he really doesn't. You know, like he makes you feel better about your pathetic lack of being in shape. That helps. I just weighed myself today to see what the total amount of weight loss would have been. The last I knew was 16, but now 25. So a total of 7 months, 25 pounds, not really working out. I wasn't really having to try to eat better. And I don't know if it sounds good to say that. It was more so you didn't care to, or you didn't want to. Like it didn't matter anymore. When I was working, I would bring a lunch. It was just really small. Like I would have 3 boiled eggs, a little bit of salt, and a yogurt, and maybe some crackers if I needed it. But that's all I could have. Like that's all I could eat. After I ate the 3 boiled eggs, I was like, oh, I'm done. Do I have to eat this yogurt? And I kind of told myself, you know, I gotta eat something. I don't want to go into that whole like your body's gonna think you're starving mode, and it's just gonna, you know, save up the fat. I don't know.
Can I have some?
Sure, Cindy, go ahead.
Oh, God, these are good.
Cindy, can you leave some for us? I thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
That, right? Yeah. It was a thing. I don't know if it's a true thing, because I knew I wasn't going to eat until later that night. If I was going to eat, if I was going to feel good enough to eat. Me, I don't care what we eat. I don't care how much I eat. I'm not usually hungry come dinner time, and that's been the general consensus of the other girls that I worked with. They're just not hungry, nor do they want to eat. At that point, then if I do feel like, you know what, it's a hot day, I miss having something sweet, and I think it's that. And of course, then I have ice cream on the couch watching YouTube videos. That's kind of like how I relax and how I wind down for the day. So maybe it was more of a like a pattern. Psychologically, that's how I relaxed, and now I need to realize I need to find a different way. I did try, because I'm working on other things. Now I design coloring books and I sell them on Amazon. It's so fun. I love it. I don't even know or care if they're gonna sell like crazy. I just love doing it. And it keeps my hands busy. If I'm really into the coloring book that I'm doing, I don't even want to stop to find sweets. So that's good. So I found kind of an outlet in that way. The doctor did suggest taking one shot every other 2 weeks because of the bad side effects that I've been having. It's a suggestion. Okay, anyways, hopefully this helps. Bye for now.